Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about a somewhat underexposed problem, but nonetheless one that affects the vast overall entertainment industry, encompassing everything from movies and television to video games and toys. From entertainment industry companies like Disney and Warner to toy companies like Hasbro and Mattel to gaming companies like Take-Two Interactive and others. What's this big problem? Well, it's the CEO problem. While nowadays the focus for a large part lies on Bob Iger and his stake in the downfall of the Disney company, it in a way underexposes the overall CEO problem, which is a way more expanded problem that also encompasses more CEOs like e.g. David Zaslav from Warner Brothers, Chris Cox, Hasbro, Inan Kreis, Mattel, Strauss-Zelnick, Take-Two Interactive, etc., etc. A CEO or Chief Executive Officer is the highest ranking executive of a firm. CEOs act as the company's public face and make major corporate decisions. Where does the problem lie in this? Well, while they operate in the company's best interest, this in itself isn't necessarily in the company's interest. Moreover, is what they do and their motive often, if not mostly, in their own interest. How's that? Well, if you're the CEO of a company like Disney, Hasbro, or Take-Two Interactive, for instance, you are a very, very powerful person with a whole lot of influence and a yearly salary that people like you and I may not even earn in our entire lives. Would you feel like giving that up? Well, they wouldn't like to give that up either. Okay, so where then does the problem lie in this? Isn't this actually rather a good thing? After all, in order to maintain their position, which they so eagerly want, this will motivate them to get the best possible financial results, right? Well, yes and no. All right, let me elaborate on this. While no doubt, in their own right, great businessmen, for the most part they are number crunchers and statistics addicts, with one main priority, and that is staying at the top. Oh, and I don't necessarily mean that the company stays at the top. No. I'm talking about them staying at the top of the company, which doesn't necessarily have to go hand in hand with the company doing great. And from this their main objective arises, which is to generate as much revenue as fast as possible with the least cost and preferably with the least possible effort. And it has become very and painfully obvious. Their very focus lies on quick and easy short-term profits, on making the proverbial quick buck. Hence, has become the driving force behind many a company in the overall entertainment industry. This focus has led to a number of negative consequences, like a decline in the quality of content and the overall quality of the product, resulting in the damaging of renowned brands, IPs, movies and TV series with bad quality writing and special effects, quantity over quality, the overall homogenization of content, poorly executed low-grade quality toys, low-quality games that are broken on release, aggressive monetization strategies, etc., etc. On top of that, CEOs more often than not don't have the level of passion for nor lack of understanding of the IP and or product, which can lead to misinformed decisions that alienate fans and inevitably damages the IP and or product and eventually the long-term viability of the company. In some cases, they're even capable of going to every length to stay at the top, even if it's visibly at the expense of the company's performance and health. A very great example of this is Bob Iger. For more on the how and why regarding this matter, I advise you to check the videos of Midnight's Edge, which they made on the matter. Very interesting. What doesn't help either is that the entertainment industry is a vast and complex landscape being dominated by a handful of large corporations, and that a great many have stakeholders pushing the ESG model, which results into political messaging. Think Disney's main means for ruining Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and their own friggin' brand. A serious concern regarding their position is the culture of fear that's often fostered under the leadership of these CEOs. The CEOs have a lot of power and influence, and they are not afraid to use it to silence their critics, who can and is willing to oppose them, to speak out against them or downright challenge them. Well, what about the share/stakeholders? Some of the smaller ones, sure, private individuals that hold a few shares and whom are fed up with the direction the company is currently heading in. In case of Disney, however, it's the main share and stakeholders that even approve of and keep pushing the company in this very direction, all for the sake of ESG, an ambiguous and misguided concept. Change is obviously needed. Change while simultaneously staying true to and respecting the roots, identity, cultural and overall impact of the IP brand, as well as the overall value of IPs and or brands and or the overall end result of products in general, as staying true to and respecting the target audience, the customers, as well. The current culture focus on quick and easy short-term profits, on making the proverbial quick buck, leads to a decline in the quality of the end result, be it movies, TV series, video games and or toys, and the damaging of IP and or brand and or product, which results in the declining to complete disinterest and or neglect of and by the target audience, the customers. If the industry is to thrive, it needs to make some major changes. Changes like fostering a culture of openness and transparency, quality over quantity, generate a better understanding of and showing respect for the cultural and overall impact as well as the overall value of IPs and or brands and or the overall end result of products in general, as well as the target audience, the customers. Only then can the entertainment industry continue to create the content that audiences love and that will continue to inspire and entertain for generations to come. Anyway, this was my take on and point of view regarding CEOs and the problem they pose. What's your take on this? Perhaps you disagree with me, or you just don't care. Either way, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.